10th, 2010 meeting of the Farragut Municipal Planning Commission come to order, please. Citizens forum, this is a time that anyone in the audience who has anything they wish to say that does not relate to one of the items we have on the agenda may come forward at that time. Also, we do have with us, I notice, a large group here of scouts. Do you have somebody that could come up to the podium, if you would, and tell us who you are?
Good evening. My name is Dave Kirk. I'm the Scoutmaster of Boy Scout Troop 59, and with us tonight we have scouts who are working on their citizenship in the community and communication merit badge.
Oh, thank you.
And the requirement to attend a town hall meeting and discuss what they have heard is one of the requirements.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you with us tonight.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll provide some exciting information for discussion.
And you won't have to stay for the end. This might be a long one.
Do we have anyone on the committee would like to say something? I think you do, Ron.
Yeah, I do. As I told Chairman Holliday, I'm not sure if I'm speaking as a parent, as a citizen, or a member of the Planning Commission, but and I'm embarrassed I hadn't brought this up before, especially in light of what's happened, but my oldest son on Tuesday morning almost lost his life on Everett Road. And so I probably should bring this to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. It's nothing that the town has done or hasn't done, but I wanted to bring it up because I'd feel terrible if something like this happened again. He was headed to school, which most of the students and parents that attend Hardin Valley Academy, those section of town that are zoned there, they go north on Everett Road, and right when you go underneath the interstate, the road veers to the left. On Tuesday morning, I was out of town. There was some rain here, I understand. And the combination of the rain and the leaves on the road caused him to leave the roadway. And he went across the grass and ultimately over that edge. And if you've been up there, which I had not looked, I knew it went down. I didn't realize how far till Tuesday night when I went over there. But his vehicle rolled over several times, and fortunately he wasn't hurt, amazingly. But what I would like to do is ask the town to look into putting a guardrail or some kind of these, I'll call them catch cables, I don't know if that's the proper term, as you come right when you go under 40 and it veers to the left. The road is designed a little strangely in that where most curves, I may not use the proper engineering terms, but it normally pushes you into the curve. The way that road slopes, it kind of pushes you out of the curve. So it took the momentum of the vehicle off to the north side and ultimately off the road. I visited with the sheriff's deputy and the rescue personnel on Wednesday morning, and they all told me that speed was not a factor. It was just a matter of the slickness that morning of the road. But they did say, you know, that's a prime spot for the, again, a guardrail or catch cables. The rescue squad also recommended that the town perhaps look at grooving the road to provide some additional traction there. So I'm just making that request that the town look at doing that. I believe that section of the road is in the town of Farragut. If the Welcome to Farragut sign is where the road starts, it's within the boundary of Farragut. So my guess would be it'd probably be about 100 feet of guardrail. But I would just bring that up as something for the town to consider, please. So.
I have to apologize. I was having a conversation back here when you started.
Oh, that's okay.
Where is this location again?
Darryl, right when you go north on Everett Road, and you know, right when you go under the interstate,
right,
and it starts to go to the left.
Ruth, is that within the town or?
Right, because the interstate right-of-way is in the town, and the interstate right-of-way is fairly wide through there. It's kind of deceptive with where the town is, it starts and where it isn't. So how much of Everett Road is in or not? We'd have to check, because I know that it's kind of weird through there with the way that interstate right-of-way
works. And again, I was just judging it, Darryl, based off where the...
Call me tomorrow, and
okay, I'll do that.
Whether it's in the town or in Knox County, okay, or if it's, I don't think that would be interstate, like a TDOT issue, but we'll find out. Okay, I'll do that. In fact, I'll make a point of just stopping down and visiting with you. That'd be fine.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's all I had, so I appreciate it.
Else have any comments? Then we'll move on to item number 3, discussion and public hearing on a request to rezone Oh, I'm sorry, minutes. I'm in a hurry here. Trying to get these Boy Scouts home before it gets too late tonight. Item number 2, approval of the minutes. Do we have any corrections, changes to the, from last week or last month? Do I have a motion for approval of the minutes?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I must abstain. I wasn't here.
Me too.
Now I can go on to number 3. Discussion and public hearing on a request to rezone parcels 1, 1.01, and 1.02, tax map 152CC, located on the southwest corner of Kingston Pike at Chaho Road, across from Ingalls, .45, .46, and .44 acres respectively, from O-1 to C-1. GBS Engineers, Mark Bilick, applicant.
In your packet is a copy of Resolution PC 1011, which recommends approval of Ordinance 1017. Staff is recommending denial of Resolution PC 1011 and Ordinance 1017 because this request, as we discussed last month at the workshop session on this item, is contrary to our land use and transportation policy plan. The lots are substandard in size and should not be rezoned to a district, which would create greater nonconformities, and approval would be inconsistent with past actions taken by the town. I know that at the meeting, at the last meeting, I talked about various places throughout the town where we have used kind of a mid-level density office and R4 and R5 as a kind of a transitional land use between single-family residential and higher intensity uses such as main roads or commercial uses. And in your packets, in the staff discussion report, mentioned this area through here serving as a transition area. But also we have the R4 district in front of Fox Den. We have the office district between Renaissance and Old Stage Hills. We have the R5 district at Village Green and Kingston Pike. And we actually have the parks and the open space parks districts along Campbell Station Road serving as a transition area. And then you also have the S1 district on Jamestown Boulevard serving as an S1 district. I know that at the last meeting also, a representative for the applicant stated that the neighborhood was okay with it as long as there would not be access to Chaho Road. But in reality, there will, in order to comply with our access ordinance, and you can see from the aerial photo that is on the screen, that curb cuts through there on Kingston Pike should be minimized. I know that when First Tennessee Bank requested access to Kingston Pike, they actually worked with the property owner, Urban Engineering, about sharing their access, and their secondary access is to Peterson Road. And same also with the veterinary clinic and the architectural office, with access being restricted off of Kingston Pike because of the potential for head-on collisions. So staff is recommending denial of Resolution PC 1011.
The applicant is with us.
Yeah, again, we just,
Can you tell us who you are?
yeah, my
please?
name's Mark Bilick. I'm the owner of GBS Engineering, and I'm applying for the rezoning on behalf of the developer who has a contract to purchase the property. In order for him to do his development, it is contingent on rezoning the property from O1 to C1. The use that he wants to put on it is a restaurant facility, a family-oriented restaurant facility with no, it's very family-oriented. But in the O1 district is not allowed use. It's not even in a one that you can bring up and, use on review type situation either. So that's why we're going for the C1 zoning.
One from the neighborhood here tonight? Does anyone on the planning commission have any questions for Ruth or the applicant?
Just a quick question, when you asked if anyone from the neighborhood here, I may be off on this, but last time when we visited about this, were there not comments made that they had visited with the neighborhood and that overall they were pretty positive about it?
Yes, the developer had met with the.
That did not happen?
No, that's what I said, is that they said they would support it if there was not access to Chaho Road.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
I was clear on that.
But when I asked how many were there, remember, it was just,
It was the
it
board
wasn't
meeting.
like,
It was the board meeting.
but how many, when I asked the other gentleman how many were there, it wasn't, how many homes are in that neighborhood?
I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. He handled that part of it. I just did
Yeah.
the application. I do know that when he said the board meeting, he met with the president, the vice president, secretary, treasurer, and a few other members. In fact, one of the people that was there was the property owner that is directly adjacent to the property. And he showed him a plan and what we proposed to do and what we proposed to buffer and everything like that. And they were not opposed to the rezoning. The neighbor that's directly adjacent to this property. Now, the one on the other side of Urban's property. Urban owns a little sliver that goes right between,
He actually owns the whole area back through here.
right. And
That was one of the rezonings that was turned down, so that's why I
Right,
just
well,
wanted
and
to
Urban
point that out.
Engineering was here last time, and they were in favor of the rezoning also.
As the homeowner who is immediately behind it, is this a house, Ruth?
Pardon?
Can you point to the home right there behind them?
One with the little white
This- I
speck
don't
on it?
know.
Yeah,
That
that
one.
one right there,
Uh-huh.
that property owner there was at the board meeting. That one right there.
Ruth.
The last we had talked, that was a rental property.
Well,
Um,
I'm just telling you what he told me. I'm sorry, and unfortunately, he's in South Carolina today. He couldn't make it back for the meeting. So,
I'm just curious, it may not even need to be brought up, but you said it's a family-owned restaurant or a family?
Brewster's Ice Cream Facility.
Brewster's Ice Cream.
We just did one in Rocky Hill. And I did one with him in Rocky Hill. There's one at Cedar Bluff. There's one in, off of, I can't think of the name, Emery Road.
Drive-through, it's an actual, like,
No,
parking.
It's a walk-up. There's no inside seating.
Now, the one on Emery Road has a drive-through, right?
I couldn't tell you because I've never been to that one.
I've been there. It does.
Okay.
Pike has one, has a drive-through. I'm
No,
not
no, the one on
Drive-through.
Cedar
My
Bluff
kids
does not
like
have a
it.
drive-through. Cedar Bluff, Middlebrook, Pike does not have a drive-through.
sure. There isn't one?
No. One in Rocky Hill does not have a drive-through.
Emery Road does.
The way this site lays, is not conducive to a drive-through situation. It would be similar to what Rocky Hill type setup, which would be parking and a walk-up and a seating area outside with a nice area for families to just sit and enjoy an ice cream.